Welcome to another edition of the Lynn Lowdown, and today we have a special guest, Reverend Gregory Perez from is here to join us. You know, he's new at the church over there in the comments. Reverend, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, very good. And yourself?
I'm great. You know, it's a beautiful day outside, so I can't complain.
No, we should both be outside.
I know, I know. But the work's gotta get done now, Reverend. You have been at St. Stephen's for 3 weeks now. Go this Sunday, 3 to 4 weeks, about 3 to 4 weeks coming up this Sunday. Just so tell me, how has it been so far?
Well, I came from New Jersey, so the transition has been it's been smooth, but for me being 60 years old, it's just having to open boxes and find things, and then coming into a new church building that is not even meeting in person. So there have been some challenges, but overall, it's been pretty smooth.
Yeah, and you come at a time when many services, or all the services, are basically remote services. Not that many meeting of the congregation in person. I know some churches they have some meetings here and there, but it's not a full blown meeting that would go on throughout the week. So just how was it first when you came from New Jersey? And I know you probably was dealing with that in New Jersey, and then coming here to a new church and having to adjust and get in the thick of things.
Um, yes, they were still dealing with this in New Jersey. So the challenge for me has been that I've not been able to meet people in person. And so there's a bit of sadness that I see only their faces on Sunday on Zoom, but
Mhm.
I have met some in person. When I look out into an open church, and if you know St. Stephen's, it's a large cavernous church. It's a large building. It is sad because such a beautiful space, and we're not taking Holy Communion. We're all at our homes, singing the hymns. There's a very sort of a sadness to it all.
Is that you know, I can't speak for you, but the adjustment phase, is that just like, is it hard to give a sermon like that in this particular way? Because so much of the sermon, there's a lot of participation from the congregation in person, but when it's remote like this, there's so many things that can happen when you could be preaching and maybe somebody agrees with what you're saying and they may respond, but they have a delay on their end or a delay on your end, and when they respond, you're already on to your next point. So, have you experienced that?
I have. We have opened all the microphones, if you will, for certain prayers, such as the Lord's Prayer. And you're right, I'm always ahead of them and they're behind. Preaching to this open community of nobody out there is also strange because my first service would have been a big service for them. And it felt a little bit odd that I'm looking at a camera straight in front of me, and I look around and I'm trying to be as natural as I can be,
Mhm.
although there's nobody there. And I cannot even see their reaction to what I'm saying because I'm focused on the camera so that it looks like I'm just like you and I that we're speaking. And so it is a challenge. And I would say for us ministers, this whole period of COVID has been a challenge to our ministry, visiting people pastorally in hospitals, just doing house calls, let alone preaching to a computer screen that it removes a lot of the personal kind of effect
Yeah,
of
yeah,
preaching.
yeah, definitely. And then there's also, the churches are so known for doing fundraisers, for helping out those that are in need. I know the church, they had the food drive going on over the summer over there. Uh, just putting together a plan as far as trying to have fundraisers or trying to help out the community. How much is that? How difficult, or how much of a process has that been?
Well, for St. Stephen's, that you're right is very busy. It has been it of course has slowed down significantly. For me as a pastor, in some ways, being in this pandemic has helped me in the sense that uh, if we were not in this COVID time, I would have really hit the ground running because I came at a time, September the 20th, when things were really beginning to pick up. I would have had less than, 4 weeks to do a stewardship campaign. I would have had less than, a month to begin a fundraiser.
Mhm.
So St. Stephen's has had to cut back, but for me, in some small way, it's allowed me to take a breath and to focus on, okay, what am I going to do next? How am I going to proceed forward?
Mhm.
So yes, but we do need food, and we have been giving out food. This small committee, these of volunteers have been giving out food, and one of the things that really could help us even now is that we see a lot of hungry people, and as people are not working and there's not an income coming through, whatever help we can get with donated food, we would gladly take.
Mhm. And for you personally, how has the reception been, not only from the congregation but from the members of the community that you've met since you've arrived here? How has it been for you?
It's been very good. I'm originally from Texas, so I went from Texas to New Jersey and then New Jersey to Massachusetts.
Mhm.
But overall, I have found the people very receptive, very warm. In terms of the congregation, I have felt their welcome, even if it has been, virtual.
Mhm.
I have felt a real welcome and an openness, and from what I can gather from the people of St. Stephen's, that if we were meeting in person, there would be a lot of hugging, there would be food and celebrating my arrival, and that's okay. But I can even virtually sense their excitement that I'm here, as much as I'm excited to be here. So it has been a good welcome, I would say.
Yeah, and now taking over for the church, the previous reverend, I believe, retired. Am I correct?
Well, the previous Reverend, the Reverend Tom Barrington, was an interim priest. That is, that when they lost their last rector, who was the Reverend Jane Gould,
Okay.
then Reverend Tom Barrington came in for a period of
Okay.
transition.
All right.
So, yes.
All right. So, yeah. So just talk to me about the transition process that a reverend goes to when you know going through to a new church. Just tell me the transition process.
Well, the transition process is interesting because it begins with the community itself, the congregation, members of the congregation through the vestry coming together to decide important questions like who are we, what do we have to offer, what kind of a package are we going to put together, what do we want in our priest in terms of being a good preacher, being a good teacher, and so they put together a profile, and then that profile is shared with clergy nationwide.
Mhm.
So clergy who are thinking about changing jobs and starting over in a new place will receive these profiles. And as I did when I received the profile, I immediately I felt this attraction to St. Stephen's. So what happens then is there's an interview with the vestry, which is the governing. They finally decide that they're going to call me as their next priest in charge. Um, I was formerly a Roman Catholic priest, and so the process is very different. As a Roman Catholic priest, I did not have to apply for a job. The bishop would move me, and we would be assigned. But
Mhm.
in the Episcopal Church, I literally have to apply for a job and go through an interview process, and the church people are the ones who actually get to select who
Mhm.
will be their next pastor.
All right, gotcha. All right, now we only got about 3 months left into the until the rest of for the rest of the year. Just tell me what are some of your plans, going forward to try to end this year.
Well, that's a very good question. Given the situation, I would say that we are looking at reopening with limited capacity. We were looking at November the 1st, but of course, we're going to wait to see what happens with the health situation in Lynn. Um, I think for me, my plan is to listen to the people, to get to know as many people as possible. And one of the things, as I told a reporter recently, is that I don't like to be hasty about saying, I'm going to change this, this, and this.
Mhm.
But I think my main goal is to really listen. And if I can have one-on-one conversations with people, then that's excellent. Because by listening, then I get a taste for, okay, what needs to happen next come January the 1st.
Okay.
So this is a blessed time for me because I can just sit back and listen and meet the people.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, definitely. That's great. That's good. Now, if people, I know you guys aren't meeting in person, but if people still want to help or volunteer or give their time in any way to St. Stephen's, how would they be able to do that?
You can go to our website, and there is information on how you can give through stewardship. If you want to make a donation, you can do that electronically through our website. In the next few Sundays, we'll be doing stewardship, which means we will ask people to consider a pledge for the new year. But it's not just about the financial aspect as it is about their time and talent. So really anyone could go to our website, could contact us and say, I want to donate, 4 hours a week to the food pantry. I want to help put food bags together for you. How can I do that? And we will connect them to the resources, even the ministries that are happening now, like the most important one is the food pantry.
Hmm.
And we need help there with the food pantry. We need help to pick up food. So anybody who wants to come and help, we're not going to turn them away.
Yeah, all right, definitely, and give them the address of the church if they're not
It,
sure if they're not
yeah,
certain where it is.
74 South Common Street, and here in Lynn, and we are right next to the Greek Orthodox community. And we're an old building, so you can't miss us. We're a beautiful building, and we stand out. Not only the building, but the work that St. Stephen's has been doing in the past.
All right, Reverend, thank you for taking the time to chat with me. Much
Thank you
success
so
to
much.
you. Welcome to Lynn. We couldn't give you the good Lynn welcoming, but welcome to Lynn. Hope you enjoy your time here. And definitely, if you are interested in helping out St. Stephen's Church, please go to their website or even give the Reverend a call. Do you guys have a phone number?
My goodness, I'm so new that I haven't yet remembered it. I
Uh,
apologize. But if you Google us, I'm sure. What is the phone number here? What's the phone?
Do you know it?
No.
You want me to tell you?
Yeah, tell us the phone number.
781
781
599
599
4220.
4220.
there you go.
That's who I am. Thank you
Always,
so much for this interview.
always great to have somebody to help you, right?
That's right.
All right, you guys have been
Thank
watching the
you.
Lynn Lowdown. I'm your host, Mukala Kabongo. Have a great day.